Fellow gardeners, let me paint you a picture that might feel all too familiar. You're standing in your garden looking at patches of earth that seem more like concrete than soil. Maybe it's that stubborn spot where nothing wants to grow, or perhaps you're dealing with the aftermath of construction work that left your once thriving garden looking like a barren wasteland. I've been there, staring at lifeless dirt and wondering if it's time to call it quits or invest in truckloads of expensive soil amendments. Here's the thing though, your soil isn't actually dead, it's just sleeping, waiting for the right wake-up call. And that wake-up call comes in the form of specific plants that act like green doctors, working tirelessly to breathe life back into exhausted earth. Today I'm going to share with you the plant heroes that have transformed countless gardens from desert-like conditions to thriving ecosystems, including my own backyard miracle story. Before we dive into the plant superstars, let's understand what's actually happening beneath our feet. Dead soil isn't just about lacking nutrients, though that's certainly part of the problem. We're dealing with compacted earth that can't breathe, missing beneficial microorganisms, poor water infiltration, and often a complete absence of organic matter. It's like trying to grow plants in a parking lot. But here's where nature gets absolutely brilliant. Certain plants have evolved to be pioneer species designed by millions of years of evolution to colonize harsh environments and make them livable for other plants. These green warriors don't just survive in poor conditions, they actively improve them, creating a domino effect of soil regeneration that can transform your garden in ways that will honestly surprise you. Let's start with what I consider the heavy lifters of soil restoration nitrogen-fixing plants. These botanical alchemists have formed partnerships with specific bacteria that literally pull nitrogen from the air and convert it into a form that plants can use. It's like having a fertilizer factory operating right in your root zone, working 24/7 to enrich your soil. Crimson clover has become my go-to choice for large areas of depleted soil. I've watched areas that were previously rock-hard clay transform into workable soil after just one season of crimson clover. The key is to plant it in fall, let it establish over winter, and then either chop it down in spring to decompose in place, or work it gently into the soil. For those dealing with partial shade or cooler climates, white clover offers similar benefits with even more tenacity. This perennial powerhouse can handle foot traffic, making it perfect for pathways or areas where you need ground cover while soil restoration happens beneath. I've seen gardeners use white clover as a living mulch around fruit trees, simultaneously protecting the soil and feeding it. Red clover deserves special mention for its deep taproot system. While crimson and white clovers work closer to the surface, red clover sends roots down 3 feet or more, breaking up hardpan layers that prevent water and air movement. If you're dealing with severely compacted soil from construction or heavy machinery, red clover is your underground jackhammer, opening up pathways that will benefit every plant you grow afterward. Speaking of taproots, let's talk about the plants that perform surgery on compacted soil layers. Daikon radishes, also called tillage radishes, are absolute game changers for heavily compacted ground. These aren't the little radishes you put in salads, we're talking about massive roots that can penetrate 2 feet deep, creating channels for air and water movement. What makes daikon radishes particularly brilliant is their winter kill characteristic in colder climates. Plant them in late summer, watch them grow through fall while their roots work tirelessly to break up compaction, then let winter naturally decompose them, leaving behind organic matter and those crucial channels for improved drainage and aeration. Alfalfa takes this concept even further, with roots that can reach down as far as 15 feet in ideal conditions. While most of us probably won't see that kind of extreme depth in our own gardens, even a modest alfalfa taproot system will break through barriers that have been limiting your garden's potential for years. The bonus with alfalfa is its incredible nutritional profile. When these plants decompose, they're adding a full spectrum of minerals back to your soil. Now let's discuss plants that work above ground to protect and nurture your soil while the root action happens below. Buckwheat is honestly my secret weapon for quick soil improvement in areas where I need fast results. This incredibly fast-growing annual can go from seed to flower in just 6 weeks, and it creates a dense canopy that suppresses weeds while its roots work to make phosphorus more available to future plants. Winter ryegrass deserves recognition as the ultimate cool season soil protector. While other plants are going dormant, winter rye continues growing slowly through the cold months, preventing soil erosion while adding organic matter through its extensive root system. Some plants are particularly gifted at pulling specific nutrients from deep in the soil profile and concentrating them in their leaves and stems. When these plants decompose, they're essentially moving nutrients from areas where your garden plants can't reach them to the surface where they can be readily accessed. Comfrey is legendary among regenerative gardeners for its ability to accumulate potassium, but it also brings up significant amounts of phosphorus, calcium, and other trace minerals. Their deep taproots bring up nutrients from clay subsoils, and their early spring growth provides crucial food for beneficial insects when little else is flowering. I've learned to appreciate dandelions in areas of my garden where I'm working on soil improvement, viewing them as partners rather than enemies in the restoration process. The real magic happens when you combine these soil-healing plants strategically. I recommend starting with a nitrogen-fixing base, perhaps crimson clover planted in fall, then overseeding with daikon radishes for compaction relief. In spring, you can add buckwheat for quick organic matter production while establishing longer-term perennials like comfrey in specific locations. Remember that soil restoration is a process, not an event. While you'll see improvements in the first season, the most dramatic transformations happen in year 2 and beyond as soil biology becomes established and organic matter levels increase. Patience and persistence are your greatest tools, along with the right plant allies. The investment in cover crops and soil-building plants pays dividends that compound over time. Not only will your future vegetables and flowers perform better, but you'll find yourself spending less money on fertilizers and soil amendments while dealing with fewer pest and disease problems. Your dead soil is about to come alive, and these green doctors are ready to perform the miracle. Start with 1 or 2 species that match your climate and growing conditions, observe the changes, and expand your soil-building toolkit as you gain confidence and see results. If this article has inspired you to give your soil the revival treatment it deserves, make sure to subscribe to Soilsage Chronicles for more practical gardening wisdom, and share this with fellow gardeners who might be struggling with similar soil challenges. Together, we're growing not just better gardens, but a community of soil stewards committed to working with nature's incredible healing power.